Hello everyone. Today let us continue class 6 mathematics playing with numbers. Next topic, that is some more divisibility rules. As we have learned divisibility rules earlier and finished exercise 3.4. Now let us move on to the divisibility rules. In that some more are added here. First one, if a number is divisible by another number, then it is divisible by each of the factors of that number. I do repeat it. If a number is divisible by another number, then it is divisible by each of the factors of that number. Now let me show you this with an example. 24 is a number which is divisible by another number 6. As everyone knows, 6 is factor of 24. So you can say 24 is divisible by 6. Then 24 is also divisible by 1, 2, 3 and 6 because these are the factors of 6. I do repeat here, 24 is also divisible by 1, 2, 3 and 6 because 1, 2, 3 and 6 are factors of 6. Maybe 24 is also divisible by some of the other numbers such as 8 and 4. But those are not factors of 6. Here we are showing only that it should be compulsory that 1, 2, 3 and 6 will divide 24 completely. Because according to the statement, if a number is divisible by another number, then it is divisible by each of the factors of the number. Now let us move on to the second one, that is second rule. If a number is divisible by two co-prime numbers, then it is divisible by their product also. I do repeat the rule once. If a number is divisible by two co-prime numbers, then it is divisible by their product also. For example, 80 is a number which is divisible by 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are both co-prime numbers. Then it is also divisible by their product. Their product is 4 into 5 is 20. Therefore 80 is also divisible by 20 because 20 is factor of 80. 24 is a 80. I do repeat the example once. 80 is a number which is divisible by co-prime numbers 4 and 5. What is a co-prime number? Two numbers, if they have only one as the common factor, rest all factors are uncommon, then those are said to be co-prime. Here you can see 4 and 5 have common factor only as 1, so they are said to be co-prime. Then it is also divisible by their product, that is 4 into 5 is equal to 20. Therefore we can say that 80 is also divisible by 20. One more example. Similarly, 60 is divisible by 3 and 2. 3 and 2 are also co-prime numbers because their common factor is only 1, rest all are uncommon. Then it is also divisible by 3 into 2, 6. That means their product of 3 and 2, as we have seen here, divisible by 2 co-prime numbers, then it is also divisible by their product. That means 6 also divides 60. You can say 6 tens are 60 and 6 is a factor of 60. Now let me continue with the third rule. If two given numbers are divisible by a number, then their sum is also divisible by that number. I do repeat it. If two given numbers are divisible by a number, then their sum is also divisible by that number. Let me illustrate this with an example. For example, 16 and 20 are the two given numbers divisible by 4, are divisible by a number, that is 4. Then their sum, that is 16 plus 20 is 36. 36 is also divisible by 4. 4 nines are 36. 4 fours are 16, 4 fives are 20. As you can see, it divides both the numbers separately, and when you add them, that is the sum 36 is also divisible by 4. Similarly, 5 and 15 are divisible by 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 3s are 15. So these are separately divisible by 5, and their sum 5 plus 15 is equal to 20 is also divisible by 5, that is 5 4s are 20. I do repeat once. For example, 16 and 20 are both divisible by 4 separately. 16, 4 4s are 16, 4 5s are 20. And their sum, that is 16 plus 20 is equal to 36, which is also divisible by 4, that is 4 9s are 36. It divides 36 completely. Similarly, 5 and 15 are divisible by 5. 5 1s are 5, 5 3s are 15. And their sum of 5 and 15, that is 5 plus 15 is 20, is also divisible by 5. 20 because 5 4s are 20. Now let me move on to the next rule. Fourth one, if two given numbers are divisible by a number, if two given numbers are divisible by a number, then their difference, you can see here, their difference is also divisible by that number. Let me repeat it. If two given numbers are divisible by a number, then their difference is also divisible by that number. For example, 35 and 20 are the two given numbers divisible by a number 5. Divisible by a number 5. And the difference 35 minus 20. Difference means we should subtract the small number from big number, that is 35 minus 20 is equal to 15 is also divisible by 5 because 5 3s are 15. As you can see here, 5 is a factor of 35, that means it divides 35 separately. It also divides 20 separately, and the difference of 35 and 20, that is 15, is also divisible by 5 completely. Similarly, 36 and 24 are divisible by 6. 6 6 are 36, 6 4s are 24. That means you can divide 36 and 24 separately by 6. And the difference 36 minus 24 is equal to 12 is also divisible by 6. That means the difference is also divisible by 6. 6 2s are 12. I do repeat once. 35 and 20 are divisible by 5. 35 and 20 are divisible by 5 because 5 is factor of 35 and 20. And the difference 35 minus 20 is equal to 15 is also divisible by 5. Now similarly, 36 and 24 are divisible by 6 because 6 is factor of 36 and 24. The difference 36 minus 24 is 12, which is also divisible by 6. Now let me move on to the exercise 3.5. This first bit is, which of the following statements are true? Here we should just check whether the statement is true or false. First one, if a number is divisible by 3, it must be divisible by 9. I do repeat the question once. If a number is divisible by 3, then it must be divisible by 9. False. Why? Because any number which is divisible by 3, it is not compulsory that it should also be divisible by 9. For example, 60. 60 is divisible by 3 but not by 9. Now, next, let us move on to the next one. B. If a number is divisible by 9, it must be divisible by 3. I do repeat it. If a number is divisible by 9, it must be divisible by 3. True, because 3 is a factor of 9. The numbers which are divisible by 9, those will also be divisible by 3 because 3 is a factor of 9. For example, 90. 9 tens are 90 and 3 30s are 90 because 3 is factor of 9. Now let us move on to the next one. A number is divisible by 18 if it is divisible by both 3 and 6. A number is divisible by 18 if it is divisible by both 3 and 6. This is false because all the numbers which are divisible by 3 and 6 need not to be divisible by 18. Now, if a number is divisible by 9 and 10 both, here you can see both. then it must be divisible by 90. If a number is divisible by 9 and 10, then it must be divisible by 90, because 9 and 10, the product of 9 and 10 is 90. Then any number which is divisible by 9 and 10 both, then 90, then it is also divisible by 90. Even if two numbers are co-primes, at least one of them must be prime. I do repeat it. If two numbers are co-primes, at least one of them must be prime. That is false. Why? Because 15 and 32, as you can see here, 15 and 32 are co-prime numbers. But here 15 and 32 are composite numbers, not co-prime numbers. If two numbers are co-prime, at least one of them should be prime. It is not compulsory. So the statement is false. Next one, all numbers which are divisible by 4 must also be divisible by 8. It is also false. All numbers which are divisible by 4 must also be divisible by 8, because this is false. Why? Because 4 is factor of 8, but 8 is not a factor of 4. It is not compulsory that any number, all the numbers which are divisible by 4 should also be divisible by 8. Let us stop here with the F problem, and first bit G, H and I will be homework for you. Let us continue with the next bit in next video. Thank you.